Your gang peeps, Padawans, welcome to the Inner Sanctum. I'm Yoda Guru, and for those returning subscribers, I really don't have to say much since you know the drill. But for those who are watching for the very first time, I tip my hat to you if I had a hat on. Welcome, come on in, sit, stay, relax, put your feet up, grab a couple snacks, enjoy a hot or cold beverage, your choice, your prerogative. My sanctum is your sanctum, and enjoy what I'll be sharing with you today for this edition of Way Back Wisdom Wednesday, another one of my past yodaisms that was written over the course of 30 plus years. And when it comes to this particular yodaism I'll be sharing with you today, it's entitled "This Is Why We Chop," and it relates to my being a lifelong fan of the Atlanta Braves. Since the 80s, I fell in love with the Braves, became a fan with them from their worst to first rise to their eventual World Series win, their only World Series win. And since I'm a Braves fan for life, I'm hoping for another. Whole city of Atlanta, the whole Braves fandom, Atlanta Braves fandom, hope for another World Series win. In any case, here's the backstory. Pretty much, this happened when around 2013, September 2nd, 2013, and that week and a half, I was doing my usual writing preparation for it. I felt a little bit of nostalgia. As I was basically rewatching the Sid Bream Slide situation where when the Atlanta Braves won the division title against the Pittsburgh Pirates, a memorable night at that, because as I recall, I couldn't watch it the last few the moments or innings because I kept watching it and then I kept turning it off and going back to bed. But then I woke up or just was a little restless, so I kept turning it on, turning it back off, turning it back on, turning it back off, that situation. And then I finally just went to sleep, and then next morning I turned on Sports Center, and that whole situation, Sid Bream Slide, the infamous Sid Bream Slide became the moment that all Braves fans still remember, and including myself. So that's pretty much the backstory to that. And now with the recent news that Chipper Jones is going to be a part-time batting instructor for the Braves. Hopefully Terry Pendleton is still there. I believe Terry Pendleton is still the Braves hitting coach, but I could be wrong about that. But anyways, here is my the yodaism entitled "This Is Why We Chop." Retired / future Hall of Famer Chipper Jones of the Atlanta Braves once said, "I think the legacy is what it is. We've won 14 straight division titles. We know how special that is. We're going to do our thing whether we win or lose the postseason. It's not going to change the fact that we've won 14 straight division titles." Without a doubt, the Atlanta Braves have come a long way from being considered a mediocre afterthought in the late 80s to an absolute strong contender to the point where they've made a huge impact, especially in the 90s, where it's most definitely a memorable situation indeed to any diehard fan who has been through their ups and downs with the team, so much so loyal fans such as myself consider ourselves part of the prolific baseball team. As I said before, there are certainly countless memories to choose from considering the early history of the Bravos in the 90s. Thinking about it, one memory that tends to stick out is the great rivalry established with the Los Angeles Dodgers for the top spot in the division when it was merely the East and West during that particular era. In any case, it was considered a David versus Goliath type battle between the two teams, as the Braves truly fought their way from being known as the worst team in baseball to finding themselves in first place. True clutch hitting played a role in their rising success, but what made such a significant impact at the time was the pitching staff. Glavine, Maddox, Avery, Smoltz, and Merker, along with a revolving door of closers, gradually elevated them to premier pinnacle status. Without a doubt, every fan of the Braves knows what I'm saying when I mention the words Sid Slide. Essentially, it's a memory that has been deeply ingrained not only in our minds, but our hearts as well. The setting was at the bottom of the ninth at the '92 NLCS at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium against the Pirates. Stan Belinda on the mound, Francisco Cabrera at the plate, and a not-so-swift-footed Sid Bream representing the winning run at second base. It's a play that would live in utter infamy, in a good way of course, with the late Skip Carey calling the play. When it was all said and done, Sid Bream would be forever encapsulated as the guy who chugged his way with full force and inevitably slid his team to the World Series against the Minnesota Twins. Let me tell you something. I was so emotionally invested in the game on that night, I couldn't watch and went to bed, only to find out later they would go to the World Series. Let me ask this question to my fellow Braves fans. How did you react/feel when they finally won their first World Series in '95? Personally speaking, I went through a mixture of emotions, but mostly happiness as I literally jumped off my couch as the final out was caught, letting the celebration begin. Glavine was in the zone as he pitched a superb game, with David Justice providing the lone home run, and the defensive play of the night went to Javi Lopez, throwing out an Indian player at first base. Of course, I had a smile the following day as I watched SportsCenter repeatedly just to watch and listen to our guys celebrate a deserving title, knowing they fell short in the past. And finally, in retrospect, there have been other memories that still to this day stick with any Braves fan. The combined no-hitter against the San Diego Padres by Merker, Wohlers, and Pena. Who can ever forget the outstanding catch by Otis Nixon to the right center field wall, hit by Pirates player Andy Van Slyke to preserve the 13-game winning streak in '92. Of course, the debut of Chipper Jones in '93, and sadly his goodbye season in 2012. Ultimately, the Braves today are on the verge of clinching their division with ease and hopefully a World Series visit once again, and a newly built Waffle House in Turner Stadium is partly responsible for that. In the end, I say to my fellow Braves fans, this is why we chop, for a team who never quits till the end, which is why they have, as of now, 22 comeback walk-off wins under their belt. And there you have it, guys. Gang, Peeps, Padawans, the yodaism entitled This Is Why We Chop. My basic nod, my homage to them, since I've been a Braves fan since the early 80s. Yeah, I've been through them through thick and thin. Not once turning my back on them. I am a lifelong Braves fan for life. I've been there through the worst of times when Otis Nixon basically had to be suspended for his testing positive for drugs, and that would jeopardize the Braves' chances at going to the playoffs and the World Series. Then there was that whole controversy with John Rocker and his comments when it comes to the New Yorkers, and I think it was a subway situation or that, but yeah. And then there was those were sort of the lows. The highs were the dominance of the Colorado Rockies when it comes to being able to dominate them in not just at home, but in their home turf as well, the Rockies' home turf. I could recall the Braves just basically beating the stuffing out of them. Yeah, they just had memorable games when it comes to dominating the Colorado Rockies until the Colorado Rockies finally won a game against them. And then Kent Merker pitching a no-hitter against the Dodgers. That was a memorable one at that too. And there's so many memories that have been established. Oh, also Fred McGriff, signing Fred McGriff, and then the press box basically being set on fire, on fire when he actually signed. So those are some awesome memories to think of when. But the one memory that always sticks out on me is that Sid Bream Slide and the call that Skip Carey made, and the whole setting in general when it comes to me watching it over and over and over again. It always gives me chills, especially when um, the play at the plate. It was that close, and yeah. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my Yodaism for Way Back Wisdom Wednesday, especially if you're a Braves fan. From one Braves fan to another, I tip my hat to you if I had a hat on. And in any case, give me a solid, hit that little Yoda icon, hit that notification bell in order to be notified of future videos being posted, especially um, the knowing that I'll be doing another 80s show after Street Hawk is over. This one will be animated, so watch out for that. Also, hit that subscribe button. Be a member of the Yoda Guru Gang, peeps, Padawans, or just the Yoda Guru Gang of the Inner Sanctum. And also hit like if you like this content or any of my past content or future content for that matter. So, anyways, to my subscribers, thank you for being supportive of this channel. And to hopefully who are future subscribers, potential subscribers, what do you have to lose? I'm doing my own content. I'm trying to be separate myself from other creators when it comes to trying to do something different, but in my own way, unique way. Anyways, with that said, tip my hat to you if I had a hat on, and may the force be with you. So till next video. All right, have a good one, guys. Later.